Trojan family, what's up, man? USCJ here. It's the top of the morning. It's the top of the morning. Listen, I hope everybody is getting ready to get up, get out, and make some things happen this morning. Listen, isn't this just a beautiful day, a beautiful morning to be a USC football Trojan? Isn't it a beautiful day to simply be fighting on once again? Listen, we told you these things were going to happen, and USC is now in a position to get in a top five, top three class. We'll talk about the recruiting rankings right now because right now, USC's recruiting right now is absolutely on fire. For those who did not see it, those who may be just tuning in for the first time, USC did land two more recruits over this big time weekend. Dwayne Morris, running back, big time guy out of Tennessee, and then running back Harry Dalton out of the state of Virginia. And I'm gonna tell you guys this, man. These running backs, all of them, because we got one from Texas now, right? We got one from Virginia. We got one from Tennessee. All these running backs add a different level of versatility. Each of them have their different styles. And we talked about that. Go back and watch some of those videos. But we want to talk about this recruiting rankings because right now we're witnessing something very, very special. And USC right now has some major momentum. And look, there's some other things that are possibly getting ready to come out. I've heard that it's a possible silent commit, but that commitment might not be made till later on. I just found that out yesterday. So hopefully these things continue to move and groove. Listen, it's April now. You guys know there's some things that is getting ready to come up. The transfer portal reopens back up April 15th. The momentum now, the NIL, all these things that are now available to USC's at the fingertips right now, it's straight up go time. So if you're a USC fan, you guys need to be absolutely excited about what's taking place. And, we want to take a look at some of these rankings. Where does Rivals have USC now? Where are they positioned at? Where does On3 have them? Because all of them have they all have their own rated system. I kind of tend to lean towards On3's rated system. Yes, because they do we'll just talk about them right now. They do have USC right now at number 3 in the country. Now, it's kind of mind-boggling to me because if you look at it now, we'll just take a look real quick. I'm going to name some of these players out. We'll take a look at this class real quick. But these players, when you look at it, the quality, and I've always told you guys, I said, quality is a lot better than quantity. You can have the quantity, but if you don't have the quality of players, it doesn't mean anything. And one thing I'm going to tell you guys again, the star system, we got a couple guys that are 3 stars. One of the running backs, Dwayne Moore out of Tennessee. Listen, that dude is no 3-star. If you guys watched the film that I showed you guys just yesterday, it is straight up go time with this kid, man. He is a phenomenal athlete. But when you look at this class, though, it starts with, of course, the quarterback, Julian Lewis. And I want to talk about a big-time linebacker out of the state of Nebraska. I'm going to get to him in just a second. But it starts with the quarterback, Julian Lewis. He makes everything go around right now. And we're now building we built the defense up. And then, of course, Justice Terry. And then, he's a 5-star. Julian Lewis is a 5-star. And then you have Isaiah Gibson. Now, there were some that were concerned about Isaiah Gibson taking a trip to Auburn. Let me say this. These guys are going to take their trips. If you ever been recruited before, and I know it makes me feel uncomfortable. It makes everybody feel uncomfortable, especially in the landscape of NIL. I get it. Trust me. I totally get it. Everything is different. But I was encouraged by the tweet, what he put up on his Isaiah Gibson, what he put up on his Instagram story yesterday. He put up the video of him committing. Yeah, Eric Henderson up there. And this was right after he came from the Auburn trip. So I think he's highly committed. I think we're good. That's, between Justice Terry and Isaiah Gibson, those two guys are major, big time, just space eaters. You know what I mean? They know how to move and groove. They can attack the quarterback. They can attack the ball. And we need those guys to maintain and stick. And we'll talk about what we need to do to maintain and stick too. I want to talk about that, address that. And then so the next one is going to be, of course, the linebacker Matai Tiaga, 4-star linebacker. And I just, you guys know who watched the video. I consider him to be a Sua Cravens all over again. He is absolutely ridiculous. He almost has the same body for the frame as Sua Cravens. His frame is crazy. His speed is crazy. His intangibles are crazy. His instinct is crazy. This kid is absolutely that dude. I don't know. He could be something special at the end of the day. And the frame that he has, he can build around that. I think he'll be a guy that gets to around 220, 225. I love what I see from him. He's an in-state guy as well. And then the next guy is going to be this guy. It's going to be Hayden Stubbs. Now, 4-star safety, Hayden Stubbs. Now, Rivals yesterday had a big camp. And you know who got the MVP out of the whole camp? Hayden Stubbs, the USC football new commit, just got the MVP of the Rivals camp. So that's letting you know that this is a high-quality 4-star prospect. And the next prospect is going to be this guy. It's going to be 3-star Tristan Castro, which is the quarterback. Do you know who got the MVP out of the Under Armour 707 in Los Angeles? It was Tristan Castro. And he's said to be one of the most, probably have one of the biggest upside of all these guys as it relates to the defensive backfields. When you look at Harry Stubbs, Hayden Stubbs, and then when you look at Tristan Castro, these two are going to be locked down in the secondary. It's going to be straight up go time. And for those two guys, I'm telling you, to get the position, to get the MVP of this camp, I think it's speaking values for what they are right now, man. It's straight up go time, man. It's on and popping. It's on and cracking. And so the next one is going to be 3-star running back Riley Wormley, which he adds a whole different type of dynamic with his running style. We talked about him. He's one style of a running back. And I'm going to talk about the running back situation because as it stands right now, it looks like USC has 3 running backs. And so we'll talk about that. So Riley Wormley, and then an athlete, they call him an athlete, the commitment that came yesterday, which is Dwayne Morris. And he's a slot. He's another relief. Got him rated as a 3-star. He's a 4-star. Go look at his film. I do USCJ evaluation. Forget about these other people's evaluation. I know the film I'm looking at, and this kid is absolutely incredible. Dwayne Morris, he's Raleek Brown, literally. Raleek Brown all over again. If you hadn't seen that film, go watch him. And then, of course, athlete, they got him athlete as well. They got Dwayne Morris, an athlete, because he plays a slot and he plays running back. And then the athlete, Harry Dalton, the third, he's an athlete as well. And so he's a 4-star actually. And he plays some quarterback. He does the missed plays. He does all those different good things. And so I think it's straight up go time with him. Also, and then the last one is going to be 3-star who was committed to Texas, was released from that commitment, and now he's committed to USC, D-line Gus Cordova. So USC now has 10 commitments, and this class is shaping up. I mean, when you're talking about hitting all cylinders right now, we hit the defense. We hit the defense strong. We hit the secondary. We might have to get a little bit of linebacker, and I'm going to talk about that. And it looks like we're going to possibly get maybe 2 good linebackers right now. And that's the great thing about this. And so let me just transition on to that real quick, because from my understanding over the weekend, Petty John, I said Petty Bond. The Oregon State coach. You guys go. The old coach, Petty Bond for Oregon State used to be the coach. I'm not even going to tell you how I know that. But anyway, Petty John, linebacker out of McKinney, Texas. He's friends with Brian Jackson, great friends with Brian Jackson. I saw and that dude is a beast, man. I think I did a video on Petty John. His film is crazy, but look, USC has a real opportunity. It sounds like he wants to come back. It sounds like he is ready to, he's kind of slightly, I'm just saying slightly, maybe slightly leaning toward USC right now. I see where Brian Jackson's mom actually posted a clip and of her and her son with him. And then I seen Brian Jackson. I think he posted it. So right now, this thing is really moving and grooving. And once again, the defensive staff that we have set up right now, it's straight up go time. So I'm going to tell you this as well. The 2 best linebackers right now in the country pretty much were at USC over the weekend. So one was Petty John, and the other one, I'm going to pull him up right now. It was 4-star linebacker out of the state of Nebraska. His name is Christian Jones. He is a impressive physical specimen. I mean, literally, this kid is someone that between those two kids, if USC could just get those two kids, Pettyjohn and this kid, Christian Jones, oh my God, this will probably give us the #1 class because these two guys are absolutely incredible. But you know, here's some of, and this came from a 24/7 sports guy out of Nebraska, Alan Truro, and he said that you know, this was a great trip, and this was some of the things that Christian had to say. Well, he says this. He says USC degree is in all the connections that you would be able to make on the field. He said that that's part of the reason why he's kind of leaning toward USC. He says he's planning to be back on an official visit. This was actually an unofficial visit. He also said that it's still in the process of being set, but he has no other official visits, no other OVs set up. So he's trying to come back to USC. And according to 24/7 Sports, it sees Jones as a top 200 national prospect, number 192 in the country, and number 22 linebacker in the country, #1 junior in the state of Nebraska. So, I mean, you talk about getting the #1 player in the state of Nebraska. Now, that's going to have me segue over to this point, which is now you talking about if we get him, you talk about hitting Nebraska. You're talking about USC has now hit Florida. USC has hit Georgia. USC has hit Texas. USC has hit Virginia. USC has hit Baltimore. USC has hit California. When you look at this, what we're doing right now, what the USC Trojans are doing right now, all across the board, everybody has got to be impressed. Listen, I know there are so many that are saying, you know, where are all the guys from the local California? And listen, I said the same thing, but here's the deal. And I told somebody this yesterday. These guys from California, these guys that are out of state, and I'm gonna reiterate this over and over again because maybe some of you guys, some of our California athletes, they need to hear this. These guys are recognizing the quality. I'm not talking about just being at USC. Everybody used to say, "Oh, we could sell USC." Okay, that's out the window. Anymore, nobody's even dealing with that anymore because you got more athletes that are going after NIL. You got more athletes that are going after, you know, not even looking at the development aspect. But now we got development, real development with coaches now with Matt Ince, with Doug Belt, with Deanton Lynn, with Eric Henderson, with all the coaches, Sean Nua. When you look at this defensive staff right now, Taylor Mays, you got Buki on the sideline. You got all these guys that are able to really, really develop these guys. And when you're talking about having a lot of assistants all over the field, Lincoln Riley built this staff up into something special. So it's no more of just, you know, coming to USC and not having any development. Now you come to USC, you're going to have a master developers around you, and it's going to be straight up go time. So you got to make a choice. You know, do you want to get developed? We got the NIL to couple that with, because if you look at what's happening with these out of town guys, and I don't blame them, when they come here, they are lost in the USC love sauce. Do you blame them at all? I don't. And so, you know, I know some will say, look, it's part of the recruiting process. It's part of taking our 5 trips well, they give you unlimited now, I think. It's part of taking our trips, you know, all around just to see how other schools are. Well, the thing is this. You got so many roster spots. You got so many scholarships that could be given out, so many commitments that are going to be taking place. These guys are not waiting. They want to go ahead and get it in while they can. And as a result, there's going to be some guys left out. And the reason I'm saying that is this, because from my understanding, USC was supposed to take 3 running backs. And I thought that Carson Cox was going to be in there. But I just saw up yesterday, he posted something up where he said, where's home? So, you know, I'm not sure. You know, I don't know. Right now, USC has 3 backs: Wormley, Morris, and Dwayne. And so you got all these guys. You got the 3 running backs now, 1 out of Texas, 1 out of Tennessee, and 1 out of Virginia. So now it's no way that USC is taking. I don't see him taking more than 3 running backs. Do you? So now you got a situation where you got to wonder what's happening with Carson Cox. Because there were some people that were asking me about that when I made these videos yesterday, and the only thing I could say was, it looks like he may be out. I don't know. I don't want to put him out. I got big love for Carson Cox. He's one of my favorite players in the 2025 class, and you guys know I talked about him quite a bit, and I was heavy on him. But I know he was just there. So what's happening now? I have absolutely no idea. So we'll see what's happening with that. I don't want to put him out. I don't want to put him in. I just want whatever is going to happen is going to happen. So here's the thing, and I'm getting ready to wrap this thing up. USC, while we have all the momentum, while the momentum is still moving and grooving, this is what USC has to do. And I think it's very well possibly can happen. I think USC has to at least get to 9 wins. Nine wins is what I think we can get to easily. I'm not gonna say easily, but just from what I've seen, the footage. Oh, and let me pull this up real quick. I gotta play something real quick because I told you guys this the other day. I told you guys, and I'm gonna pull this up, and I'm just gonna play it on my mic. You guys can hear it. Lincoln Riley did have a press conference over the weekend, and one of the things that Lincoln Riley said was he talked about the linebacker play. He talked about how Eric Gentry's coming along, how he's making progress. He talked about a lot of things. He talked about the team overall. But one of the things I told you guys was this right here, and I'm about to play it for you real quick. Listen to this. This is about a 1-minute clip I want you to listen to. You're going to hear Lincoln Riley, and then you're going to hear me. Listen to this. Whoa, let me turn this off here. Okay, listen to this real quick.
You got some returners that have played some good ball for us. With Bryson, Beavers has played some good ball for us. Excited to see him. We're also
let me stop that. He said Beavers are starting to play some good ball for us, and he's talking about Anthony Beavers. Listen to this.
Working him at a little bit of linebacker as well.
Now, yours truly. I want you guys to remember. I keep receipts. I told you guys that Anthony Beavers looks like a linebacker. Now, here's a clip of what Lincoln Riley's saying, and then here's a clip for what I said the other day, April 4th.
Smart kid, and he's always had that body that's a little bit of in between, right, a safety and a backer, and so we're working him at some different positions. He's got a great skill set, and has always been a great tackler, really physical player for us. So
most people hadn't seen, and I'm gonna say this. Here's my clip coming right behind him. A guy like Anthony Beavers. I could really see him playing a position. You guys know that Deontay Lynn said that there's going to be a Mike, a Will, and a Sam. It would not surprise me if a guy, because Anthony Beavers 6'1", 220. This is April 4th. I'm time stepping this right now because I want you guys to hold these receipts, because I can see a guy like Anthony Beavers moving all around the field, whether it's playing nickelback, whether it's playing safety, or even playing the Sam linebacker. I know it sounds crazy, but the guy. All right, listen, that's Lincoln Riley. That's Lincoln Riley. The day after I told you guys, and listen, I tell you guys to come on here and tap in with me because you guys know I love the USC football Trojans and I love the game. And I don't just put out information just to put it out. I give you real information to really tell you guys what I think is going to happen, what I'm projecting is going to happen. And sure enough, Lincoln came the next day and said that Anthony Beavers is going to be playing a little linebacker, the Sam position. And I told you guys that the Sam position is going to be swapping out for the nickelback. So when the nickelback comes out, they're going to change the defense with the Sam, and the Sam is going to be coming in there playing that linebacker. So you're going to have the Mike, the Will, and the Sam. So look, man, we told you what's going to happen with Anthony Beavers, man, and it's straight up go time, man. So look, I'm not going to hold too much up. But listen, I said this. If we get to 9 wins to keep this recruiting class, I think that, because I think that we're going to have to win to maintain this class. We will have to win. I'm not going to sugarcoat that. I'm going to be honest with you about that. Everybody wants to be about winning. And so maybe throw in 8 games, but I'm going to say 9 games. I think we can win 9 games. That's primarily one of the reasons why I say 9. But 9, because 9 will get us in the playoffs with the new playoff format system with 12 teams. I think they're going to have 3 or 4 teams from the Big Ten in there. USC could be the 4th team easily with 9 wins, man. So look, I'm out of here. This was a I haven't went this long in a minute. I try to keep it under 10 minutes, but this was a power pack weekend. It's straight up go time. It's only popping. It's only cracking. Listen, until later on. Oh, and I am getting ready to start off a call-in show. And I'm thinking, you guys drop those comments in the comment section and tell me if you want to hear a call-in show. I'm gonna do it once a week, and I'm thinking about doing it maybe on Saturday. You guys tap in with me. Let me know how you guys are feeling about that. You guys know where you can find me. It's going to be USCJ32 on Instagram, USCJ32 on Twitter. Until later on, everybody stay blessed. Fight on, fight on, fight on.